This morning, we received the clearest signal yet that a pivot is coming, one that will be clutch for your real estate strategy, assuming inflation behaves. Rates are already reacting to what Powell said today, so it may not matter what he actually does. Or it might, in a really big way. Let's explore the possibilities. Was a strong economy just fake news? Revisions to the jobs number basically erased the whole strong economy narrative, which is exactly what we needed to happen. Trump has been barking for lower rates since day one of his term, and for months we've been watching this feud between him and Powell play out. The president kept demanding lower rates while Powell kept raising concerns about inflation, especially in light of new tariffs. Then we got that weak jobs number, and Trump fired the head of the BLS. It felt off for a number of ethical reasons, but the one I'll focus on today is that a weak labor market is exactly what we needed to be revealed in order for the Fed to start cutting rates. That jobs report was exactly what Trump needed to support his demands. But it made him mad? While many think Powell is a monster out to ruin the economy, the reality is that the Federal Reserve simply has a dual mandate. They have to keep inflation under control while supporting a labor market. They can't break that. Inflation has not been under control, and the jobs report kept coming out month after month showing blockbuster numbers. So Powell was stuck until he wasn't. The weak jobs report came out, and so did he. Citing signs of a weakening in the labor market, Powell confirmed that the Fed expects to begin cutting rates at their September meeting. Markets, they went ahead and cut rates today. We immediately saw a 25 to 30 basis point improvement on mortgage bonds. Investors have already updated the interest rates available to clients to lock in today. Essentially, we got the rate cut. The infamous rate cut that we have been waiting on for months came today. What could go wrong? Next week, we'll get more inflation data. Both CPI and PPI will come out, and tariff impacts are a concern, especially with consumer goods and auto parts. So watch those. This morning, Powell made a point of saying that Fed policy is data dependent. We know. So if either of those reports come out showing hot inflation numbers, this whole party could end very abruptly. Essentially, if you have a strategy that is interest rate specific, you should look at this like a preview. You should not look at this like a long-term trend of lower rates. You should act quickly. Let's talk about what real estate strategies should be rate dependent. Purchasing real estate is not one of them. Spoiler alert. Refinancing real estate, definitely a rate dependent strategy. If you're looking to sell real estate, today's news is important to you because it could increase buyer activity. In fact, I'd go so far as to say it will increase buyer activity. The news cycle is always on a delay here, so the general public will slowly digest the news of interest rates improving, and that's probably why we saw an increase in mortgage applications this week based on the improvement we saw in the markets and in the data 2 weeks ago with the jobs report. Applications jumped this week 11% week over week, with refinance applications jumping 23%. So there's my point on rate-specific real estate strategies. Point proven. The long-awaited shift. So I've always explained a buyer's market versus a seller's market as being on this hinge that tilts based on 6 months inventory. Less than 6 months inventory, sellers have the upper hand. More inventory, buyers can negotiate. Homes are now sitting at a 4.5-month supply, a 15.7% year-over-year increase. That's 20% more homes for sale nationwide than we saw this time last May. Someone specific is going to win right now. The buyer who hasn't been waiting for lower rates, who has been seriously shopping and looking to take advantage of this little buyer's market window, is about to be rewarded with lower rates. They're going to win on two fronts because they were ready when the opportunity was presented to them. And I'm like a proud mom over here. I am just so, so happy for them. All of them.